All righty. I think we are live. Let's pan this up a little bit. Wait for everybody to come on in. All right, I think it's working here. I think there's just a little bit of a delay. So if you're watching this back in the future, I apologize, but we'll get rolling as soon as some people get in here. I hope you're all having a good day. And it's working. All right. We got 8 people in here now and climbing. Hey, Linda. You are the first comment. Good to see you. Wildcats, how's it going? So as I'm waiting for people to come in here, I'm just going to chat for a little while, and then at 5 o'clock, I'm going to start the estate sale haul. I figured I'd just come on and do this live. I was going to do a normal video, but I figured we'd come on and do this live. I'm going to make this stream hopefully entertaining and educational, and I'm going to have my scale out. We're going to be looking through some awesome jewelry and going through some home goods, a rare coin, and just a bunch of random estate stuff that I've got over the last 2 days, mostly from today. Jack said 4-hour stream. I'm not sure. We'll see how long it goes. I'll hopefully be on here at least 2 hours anyway. It's that weird time of a day in this room when the lighting is kind of weird. I don't know. Picture quality doesn't seem too great right now, and I'm not putting my light on because it'll heat it up in here. Jerry, how's it going? Live coin Q&A, how's it going? Donna McCauley, good to see you. How was this rare coin acquired? So everything in this live stream is going to be stuff that I either bought or cherry picked at estate sales today and yesterday. All right. We got 34 people in here now. Awesome. Yes, I have slow mode on, so you can only put a comment every 10 seconds. I do that just to try to keep spam out, and you have to be subscribed for at least a minute. It just keeps the spam, people that roll in just to spam, it keeps them away, but without causing issues for the people that, are already here. If you're already subscribed, awesome. If you're not, you only have to wait 60 seconds to post a comment, and doing the slow chat every 10 seconds keeps people from spamming the comments. I think it works pretty good that way. After you bought the coin, did you reveal the value to them? You'll see. When I say rare, it's more of we'll see. It's not like a really expensive coin. It's just basically a high rate of return. It was just kind of like a throwaway that I got really cheap that nobody really thought was anything, and it turned out to be like 10 to 20 times worth what I paid for it. But it's not something that's like super rare, like thousands of dollars or something. I didn't mean it that way. But it's a penny. I'll just tell you that. It's a penny, but it's worth a lot more than a penny. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. I don't want to give too much away. It's something I've never found before at an estate sale or metal detecting. Well, metal detecting, you'll know why. It's not something I've ever looked for specifically, because if it's out of the packaging, it's a variety that you would have to try to discover by using like magnification, and stuff. So we'll get to that here shortly, but we're just going to chat here for the next almost 10 minutes here, and actually got some food I got to eat here. I have a Hot Pocket in the microwave, so I'm going to chow down here in a second while we're just waiting for people to get in here. So it's good to see everyone in here, and yeah, we could just talk about anything while I'm waiting. But I'm going to go grab my food here real quick. Plugs, what's going on? So right now I just have a steak and cheese hot pocket. I just wanted to make something quick before I eat something better later. I should say better for you. And when the Great Reset happens, cash money loses all value. If you are holding rare coins, you will need to have nitro for your heart. Yes, anything that is in the event of a major crash, anything that has value outside of certain metals and subsistence-based items like food, clothing, ammunition, all that sort of stuff. What do they say? Band-Aids, beans, and bullets. But yeah, anything that has like a strictly collector's value only is like a premium, like sort of, I call it like a societal premium. It's value only in an operating society, which is why it's nice to try to keep some rare items that are out of silver, something that would still have some form of value as far as trade is concerned. But yeah, I've actually been liquidating a lot of the coins I've collected over the years that I just don't need to save for any reason. For that reason too, I'd rather put my money into some stuff that just either I personally wanted or something that may be more useful toward the future. Terry, I do not consider this a super rare penny. You'll see what I mean, my take on the word rare. I don't think anybody's going to know what it is. It's kind of unexpected. Let's put it that way. Even gold loses all construct of value. Others don't believe this, but biblically, I believe it will happen. Oh, eventually, I do believe that this world will go through such a major time where there's really, trade is actually going to cease at some point. There's going to be such a major crash. I believe that as well. But when that happens, nothing is really going to matter at that point. Apart, so that's a story for another day. But thank you, B3, for the $4.99 super chat and the Hot Pocket Fund. Thank you very much. I'll give you a slam dunk here. Ah! All right. Actually, I got to down this Hot Pocket soon. I think I did that too early because I said I'm going to start the estate haul here at 5 o'clock. I got 5 minutes. All righty. I'm going to get the silverrecyclers.com website up so we can weigh up some silver here. So plugs, what have you been finding? Have you been doing some metal detecting? It is blazing hot here and really dry. The grass is like dead right now. So even if I wanted to metal detect, I couldn't do any more than just probably tot lots in the wood chips because it's so dry here. It would immediately kill what's left of the grass. And it's like concrete. Really, really, really dry here in Northeast Tennessee right now. I was walking across my front lawn by my driveway earlier today, and it was just crunchy. Oh, wow. That's hot, Von Man and Terry. It's not quite that hot here. It's actually more warm like 2 days ago. We had a scorcher here, but it's probably about 90 today. It's not horrible. We got some cloud cover too, so it's not too bad. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. 2 minutes here, and I guess I'm going to start going through the estate sale finds. This is the time of the year I like to go to the estate sales rather than sitting in the house in the AC and doing nothing. $104 North Texas. Yeah, that's hot. We got a pretty interesting haul today. I think you all will enjoy it because it's a wide variety of items. There's just stuff that I personally wanted, like sort of just home goods, like decorations, furniture type stuff. There's some vintage stuff mixed in among that. And then we got silver and, an interesting coin. And it's a wide variety of random different things here today. So it'll be fun. And some of you can help me try to figure out the value of a few things. So Ellen said, what is the farthest you have driven for a sale or detecting? So for detecting, I mean, I've driven, like 7 hours. I usually don't go that far, but I have driven. Normally, if I go that long, I kind of multi-purpose, do something else while I'm doing it, like if it's visiting someone or something else. But so let's just say on average for detecting, I usually only go up to about 2.5 hours, but sometimes I have gone more. It just depends on the spot and different stuff. But for estate sales, I don't travel that far. For estate sales, generally, I usually won't go more than 45 minutes. I stick with the local ones here. If there's one that's really amazing up in the mountains or somewhere else, I might stray out a little over an hour, but I usually just do this kind of as like a passive thing for fun. Try to pick up some cheap silver and stuff to, hold on as an investment or maybe flip. And then I like to find personal stuff that I like. So I'm not like a hardcore estate sale hunter, but I really do enjoy it. Like if there's a sale that's close to me that I really like, I'll go 40 minutes before they open and start. So I got one more bite here and then we're going to start because it's 5 o'clock. One last thing I noticed in the chat here before I start here. The question from Christian Hess. Have you ever been metal detecting in Princeton, West Virginia? Yes, I have. A long time ago. 4 years maybe. I think it was in 2018. No, actually, it was before that. It would have been Actually, it might have been 2016. But yes, I did. I went door knocking in Princeton, West Virginia. I have that video. It should still be up on the channel. I think it might even be titled Metal Detecting West Virginia. You could look at my videos. I went on a road trip there with my buddy Jerry, and I found a bunch of silver Roosevelt dimes. I didn't find anything really old there, but I actually found like four modern-ish silver dimes from like the 1940s to 1960s. So it was a decent trip for me. Found some silver. You can't go wrong when you find silver, right? James said, do you still do detecting video? I haven't at the moment. I haven't been doing a lot of detecting, but I probably will post more at some point. I have some to edit, and I just been taking a long extended break from the detecting and the videos. But I did do a hunt about a month ago. I haven't posted yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Let me just look at the chat one last second here. Do you use the estate sale app? No, I pretty much know all the local companies, so I just go to their actual websites, or the one that I use for general reference, which works pretty good, is I use estatesales.net. You can put in your zip code and find any estate sale company who advertises through them, and they're one of the most common sites. So most people list with them. Not all, but I use estatesales.net for general reference. DSA, what's going on? Michelle said, I love when you stay overnight and detect. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've done the overnight detecting trips. It is fun. But I get asked what is my main employment all the time. I feel like I answer that in like every stream. So I'm not ignoring your comment. I'm just not going to answer that right now. I think I answer that like almost every stream, and it ends up being like a really long answer because I have multiple income sources. But in short, I buy and sell collectibles. I've been in certain markets for a very, very long time, and I'm very established with certain products. And I do real estate, and YouTube's kind of an afterthought, but I do get some income from YouTube. Thank you, Renee, for the $4.99 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'll give you a slam dunk. And Renee said, beautiful day here in Florida. That's good to hear. So I'll give you a dunk, and then we're going to start into what I got. We'll do a reverse dunk. All right. Yeah, you could have just missed the videos. I explained it at random times in the live streams. You probably just weren't here. I don't think I've ever specifically gave an extended breakdown in one of my videos, so you probably just missed it. Oh, and you don't have to be sorry. It's a common question to ask people. Okay. So I'm going to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of do this as like a chronological story. So I actually traveled about 30 minutes to a sale yesterday that I was kind of like didn't know if I wanted to go to. It ended up being very busy. There was a lot of people there before me, even though I waited in line, and I didn't get some of the stuff that I wanted. So it wasn't the most, let's say, successful trip, but we'll start with that story, and I'll show you what I picked up at the sale that I went to yesterday. So the first couple minutes here won't be as exciting. So I'll go ahead and show you. Firstly, let's move this out of the way. So I am not a furniture expert. I couldn't tell you when this is from. It's just very Victorian-esque in design. And I actually like these. I have to get some like baking soda on it because it's got a pretty perfumey smell. There's a few chips and nicks, but they're in relatively good condition. I have two of these. I got them for $25 a piece, which is actually very cheap for decent quality upholstered chairs. I would say the quality is probably in the medium range. It's not super cheap, and it's not like really high end. Somebody in the chat may know, and they're riveted too around the edges, with the brass, I believe. And I actually was surprised they priced them cheap. So I got two of these for $25 each. I'm going to keep at least one of them. I may try to flip another one at a yard sale. But I got them both because I thought it was a really good buy. So that's the first item. So we're going to play a game here as I go through and show the stuff. So comment in the chat what you think it would be worth. And we're going to play it off of like what you think it would be worth is just a fair value. Don't like post like retail, like it'd be worth $149 in a store or something. Like what do you think it would be worth as a fair price? So each item that I show, I want to see what you all think they're worth in the comments, and then I'll give my opinion. So for me, I'll I'll probably estimate on the low end for the stuff because I don't want to sound like I'm inflating the values of things. But I think even at a yard sale, those should go for at least $35 a piece, perhaps even 40, or you could say maybe 75 for the set. I think somebody would snatch them up at that. So the fact that I got them for 25 a piece, I think they would be very easy to resell for a profit. Like I said, I'm definitely going to keep at least one of them. And I'm planning on doing a yard sale myself soon. I've never done one, but I've got a lot of stuff that I want to get rid of that I've stored over the years, or just stuff I didn't want to throw out, but I never really bothered trying to sell it. So I might keep you all posted on that. If anyone is even remotely close to local and wants to pop in and say hi, I will likely be doing it at my parents' place. That's the plan. We're going to do like a neighborhood yard sale and try to get some of the neighbors in on it too. So I can keep you all posted on that if anybody would actually want to pop in and just say hi. $75 for the pair, more value as a pair. Exactly, and that's why I bought both of them. I thought they were priced right, and if I ever changed my mind, didn't want them, I think I could get $75 for the pair, no problem at all. Yeah, I think 75 is, 70 bottom line for the pair. I think 35 a piece would be pretty easy on that. All right, so okay, so the other thing, I probably paid too much. I don't know how old it is, but you can actually see it. And I thought it was really cool because of the shape of it, fits in unique places. It is this right here. And I'll go ahead and grab it off the wall for you. So you'll have to comment and let me know too. What do you think this is fairly old? To me, this could be from the 70s or something. I really don't know. I've actually never seen one before. But you can see it's not flat. It's really, really cool. But anyway, I paid 20 for it. I think that's a little high. I mean, I don't think it's a deal. I think that's probably about what it's worth. I'm not going to lie. I was really debating whether I wanted to get it or not, but I wanted to put it in the house here, and I knew I could find a cool spot for it. So show it up close a little bit. You can post in the comments what you think it's worth. I think as a yard sale item, you'd be hard pressed to get more than 20 for it, but it was very unique. And Julie says late 60s to early 70s. That sounds about right. I talked to somebody else there who thought that it was from probably the 60s. Papa Georgia said it's a big tie. Yeah, there you go. Right here. Just like that. I mean, let's see. I'm 5'11", and including the tassel, it's almost as high as me. So it's like 5.5 foot long. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I bought that for the uniqueness. I really wasn't even sure if it would even be worth more than that or equal to that. It was definitely a personal purchase, no retail intended. Rusty said, I'd say 62.70 is worth around $30. That sounds about right. I think just at a yard sale, you'd be hard pressed to get more than 20 for it because people are normally looking for bargains, and I mean, it's not $20 worth of fabric. It's the item as a whole itself that would have value because of the craftsmanship. But yeah, to the right buyer in the right market, could I see that going for 30 to 35? Sure. I just, like I said, I just knew it wasn't like a steal or a huge bargain. Renee said, I've never seen one before worth 20 for certain. I agree. Just for, just for appeal, just for the visual appeal, I think it was worth $20. Michelle said it's like a totem. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, it fits perfectly. You can see it on the streams too. It's literally ended up being a perfect spot. All right, so I didn't get much else at the other place, but I'll show the last few items that I did pick up at the first sale. Where did I set it? So I think this was actually a pretty decent buy because of the price. You can see out my window. And there's me. There you all are. And it's a pretty nice mirror. And I may be able to use this in my basement. I have a little area that's going to need a small vanity. There's a little nook for the downstairs basement. If this doesn't fit there, I don't know if I'll put it somewhere else, but I got that for 12 bucks. And that's actually a pretty nice mirror for 12 bucks. I'm thinking that's probably closer to 20 if you were to resell that at a yard sale. For sure 15, between 15 and 20 bucks. You can let me know what you think in the comments. I thought 12 was extremely reasonable on that, and I liked it. It's kind of the shabby chic, distressed white and gold look. I think it's kind of nice, especially for that price. So the intent was to keep that when I bought it. Like I said, I'm not buying bigger items specifically for resale. So that was bought for me personally. But if it doesn't end up fitting in my house or my decor, like one of the properties I'm working on, either my place or the place I'm working on, if it doesn't seem to fit anywhere, I'll just drop it at a yard sale for 15 bucks, make somebody happy. Sharkbait said, yeah, I agree, 15 to 20 all day. Michelle said 20. Yeah, that's what I think. 15 to 20. It seems like we're all on the same page so far. I've been getting a lot better with my pricing now that I've been going to a ton of estate sales. Learn as you go. The craftsmanship, the materials, the age, the wear, take it all into consideration. I've been getting a lot better. Renee said, is it iron, wood, or plastic? That one is wood. I wouldn't have bought it if it was plastic. And if it was iron, they would probably have priced it a lot more. I actually bought something recently. I don't have it here to show everyone, but I got a giant iron, kind of like scroll work iron. I don't know what you call it. Kind of like an iron picture with like cutouts all through. It's amazing. I got it for like 50 bucks, but I don't have it right here. I do like the heavy duty metal stuff. Okay, so I only got 2 more small items at that place. We'll knock them out real quick. Okay, so these were strictly novelty purchases. I got one of the world's largest clothespins for $1. You can't see the sticker on there. I don't know. I'll do something weird with that. I'll display it with, I don't know, my detecting finds or something. Or I'll use it to like hold back curtains or something. It cracked me up and it works. So you have to tell me what you think that's worth in the comments. To me, this is worth $2 all day as a novelty item. Maybe even $3. I wouldn't price it at more than $3, but it's definitely worth $1. So at a yard sale, $2 to $3 bucks. That's what I'm saying. Couldn't pass it up. The world's here. Here we'll do. They're actually clip-on earrings from the 60s, right? Oh, that don't feel too good. They didn't have the other one. Oh, that hurts. Papa George just said they sell those at the Dollar Tree. This one's like has a finish on it though. This is actually like stained. This is a high quality one, and this is actually I think older than it looks. I think I might have seen these at Dollar Store before. They're not like this one. All right. So here's the other one. I got this little ceramic. I just think this is hilarious. I like the way it looks too. So this is my retirement fund. And that, the funny thing about it is, like strictly as a joke, I'll probably use this to store like pennies, like either wheat pennies or Indian head pennies or something. So it'll be like my retirement fund is pennies. That's a really cool ceramic though. At a yard sale, yeah, what, $3? I got it for $2. It's definitely worth $2 because it's ceramic. It's not plastic junk. I don't buy plastic. Yeah, so that's my retirement fund. Michelle said you need a cork top. Speaking of which, I'll show you real quick. I have one similar to that with a cork top. I have it right here. I actually got this one at a sale last summer. I leave it on my kitchen counter here, but I got this one for I think $1. last year, little cork top. But anyway, it's funny you just mentioned that. They look kind of similar in color, just different shapes, very similar items. Rusty said $5. Yeah, tops. At a yard sale, definitely no more than $5, but it's cool. So that was the first sale. I didn't get anything to like resell or anything that was dramatically underpriced. There was some people competitively trying to get to the jewelry to find the stuff that might be underpriced, and I didn't want to be part of the fray. So there was nothing that I really ended up with as far as like pretty good resale value or anything as far as the silver is concerned at that place. So we're going to go into the interesting sale now, where I picked up a wide variety of items. Since we kind of already did some of the home goods stuff, we're going to go right into the goodies now. There's 66 people here right now. We're going to go into what I picked up as far as like silver, gold, that sort of thing. And then we'll get into the coin and then other home goods and stuff. So get ready. We're going to go into the silver now. I went to a sale close to me where there wasn't a lot of competition, and I was actually the only person looking through a pretty large array of jewelry. Now, this estate was kind of like a 1950, the area where the homes were built in like the 50s. It's actually on the same road that I have metal detected a few different times locally. I metal detected a place in the same neighborhood a few years ago. I metal detected a house built in 1953 in the same area. I found like a silver Washington quarter and some wheat pennies and a bunch of change when I did that. But this house was like a time capsule. They had a lot of unique stuff, and it was mostly vintage stuff in this house. It was pretty dirty, pretty smelly, and everything was all thrown around. They just tried to pull things out of the drawers and get stickers on them for prices. I go to the tag sale estates. I don't go to like auction style estates. I only go to tag sales. I like tag sales, and there's a lot of companies around me that do tag sales. So this house was very cool. It was literally like a time capsule, and I spent about 2 hours in there just picking through stuff and trying to pick out stuff that I thought was priced right and what I liked. And I will be going back to this sale when they do half price day on Sunday, because there's actually some silver and gold and other things that I want to try to get at half price. So I waited in line for about 40 minutes to make sure I was one of the first ones in. And a lot of people didn't show up anyway. But I just wanted to give you some backstory. It seems like this home is like right around 1950, give or take, when it was built, and they did the estate sale, tag sale, and just priced everything, almost everything in the house to sell it. So I'll show you what I got. Try to hide it. Because I'm going to set it here for now. Show one at a time. Okay. And there was a few things I kind of talked myself out of because they were borderline whether I needed to get them or not. I'm just not trying to buy stuff for the sake of buying stuff. Okay, so here's how we're going to start this story here. So, hold on. Got this. Okay, so firstly, they usually take the more expensive jewelry, the stuff that they know is marked, put it in bags by the tables where they set up for checkout, and so they can keep an eye on it so nobody steals it, and so where people know where the more expensive jewelry is. So the way they do this sale, everything that they don't see as like sterling silver or gold, or they can't see the markings and they just think it's costume jewelry. It could be vintage and still worth something, but just not a precious metal. So they put it all out, and they'll say if it doesn't have a sticker on, everything's $3 a piece. So you can look through it and cherry pick. So the first thing I picked up 4 items out of the $3 area. Now, I'm not a jewelry expert, so I want to get people's opinions on this stuff too. So first, I picked this up because it's vintage monogrammed gold filled pin. So I'm going to show it up close here. You can see it's a very, very heavy plating on it. Now, I'll show you in the reverse. The pin's intact. It's in really good shape. This is 1/20th 12 karat gold filled. So there's not a lot of gold content in this, but for $3, we'll see if you can see the mark on here when this focuses. You can see it down there at the bottom. 1/20th, which is the thickness of the gold filling, and then 12K. And it looks really good on this side. So as a vintage piece of, a gold-filled item, I thought this was definitely worth more than $3. This is probably something I might just hang on to and throw into one of my junk jewelry drawers. You can tell me what you think it's worth, but especially being vintage, I'm pretty certain that that's going to be worth more than $3. How much I couldn't tell you, but I think at even a yard sale in a jewelry box, 5 or more all day wasn't the best pickup, but I'm just showing you everything that I got. So you can comment, let me. It's the kind of find, like something like this would be super cool to find metal detecting. Something like that. I love finding the old monogram stuff. Like to me, this definitely screams mid-century on it. So that was the pickup there. The next pickup I actually think is even better than that other one. Surprisingly, that this was in the $3 bin because it's not solid gold. But I got a vintage locket. Very intricate. Very intricate, and it appears to have a very heavy gold plating, maybe gold filled, but this one is not marked. And this was $3, but there's and is still in good shape. Like I said, I'm not a jewelry expert, but you know quality when you see it, and that is, I mean, this is at least 10 all day. And like I said, I was actually surprised that they didn't have a special sticker price on that one. Probably just because, like I said, just because it's not marked. But yeah, I was definitely going to pick that one up. I'll show it one more time. I'm probably going to keep that. I'll probably put something on the inside of it. Like I said, I'm not really trying to do this for the sake of reselling. I just enjoy going to these places. And if there's stuff I decide I don't want, I'll just get rid of it at a yard sale at a small profit, make somebody else happy. I'm not listing any of this stuff on eBay or anything. Rusty said 15 to 20 bucks. It wouldn't surprise me. That is actually a really nice piece. Now, this is another one that I could have passed on, but I just picked it up. Like I said, I'll probably throw these in a bag and try to get $4 or $5 just the next time I do a yard sale, just for fun. The other one's broke. I got to glue it on. It just kind of came off the back. I'll only show you one, but these are vintage gold-plated cameo clip-on earrings. And like I said, $3. But these are very old cameos. Now, there's no marking on these, which makes me believe they are only gold-plated, not solid gold. You can see a few areas where there's some corrosion coming through. So I'm pretty sure this is just a heavy gold plating and not solid gold. But these are the old clip-on earrings. And I only picked these up because they had the old cameos in them. Because I figured they would have some vintage value, like somebody would just want them. So I don't know what they're worth. Like I said, this one I just have to glue back on. It just kind of came off the back. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I wouldn't care if I sold them again. I just priced them at $4 or $5 just to get rid of them. I just picked them up because why not? And sometimes too, keep in mind, I do a lot of this shopping in a frenzy to try to get through as much stuff as I can. So sometimes if I'm unsure of an item and I know if it's worth at least the sticker price, I'll buy it and inspect it later, because sometimes there's a lot of people at these sales, and if you are not being quick, you can miss out sometimes. So sometimes I just grab stuff, buy first, think later. I've learned my lesson on that. I've missed some. I was specifically at one sale last year that I was not prepared for, and they had some very underpriced high ticket sterling, but I was not in the zone currently for like being good at estimating weight. And man, they sold some solid sterling stuff that was massive, way underpriced. I did pretty good there, but I could have done better had I been prepared. Okay. So here is my best, what I think is one of, I mean, that locket's pretty good, but let's just say on a base metal value, this was my best pick out of the $3 jewelry section. It was one that they missed. Okay. Now this, let's see if we can get it to focus. Okay. So this entire thing minus the fake stones, I don't know if it's cubic zirconia or something even worse, but this whole thing is sterling. I thought maybe at first it might just be the clasp. I can tell by looking this thin chain is, and it has a giant sterling mark on the end of it. I don't know if it's going to show up here. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. And I checked, it has the same kind of tint the whole way across it. So I don't think it's just the clasps, because this clasp is similar to the ones that are in the middle that link it together too. So I'm almost 100% certain that this entire thing is silver. And I got it for $3. So to give you an idea, I have my scale here, and I'll tell you all what this is worth just for the silver value. Now, this would probably sell closer to the silver value because there are a bunch of the fake stones missing. It's not in perfect condition. So as a retail item, it would probably only sell, a little bit above spot price as a jewelry piece. I don't think it would go for like double or something like that. So I'm going to weigh it right now. One of the numbers is messed up on my scale, so I'm going to round down, but it's, let's get it here. Oh, it's reading now, 26.6 grams. Now, keep in mind, even though it's 26.6 grams, all of these stones, you'd have to take away the weight from them because they're not sterling. So, I mean, I could do very conservatively, say like the actual silver weight should be probably around 24 grams. It might be more, but we're just going to do it. Refresh this page here. So spot price at $21.14 today. Silver's pretty low right now. 24 grams, $15 basically, $15.09. We'll round it down. Say that silver value alone, this is $15, but as a jewelry piece, you could probably get a little more than that, maybe 20 or so. But for $3, you can't beat it. So that was probably one of my best pickups as far as getting something underpriced. Terry said, can you show the front again? Sure, let me try. It's a little difficult on this. Well, there you go. There's a good view. It's pretty nice. I was actually very pleased with this. Very pleased with this find. Okay, so that was the finds from the $3 jewelry section. I could have bought a couple other things, but like I said, I'm not just trying to fill a warehouse full of stuff. So, okay, here's a fun one. I have found these metal detecting before. You ready? It's one of the old school ID bracelets. Solid sterling, very chunky. Has a name on it. I'll let you read that. On the reverse, it's a personalized one. I found these metal detecting. I found a few of these. And I believe what would be the name of his wife on there. And it has the sterling mark here, right on the top, right there. Now, I have found one or two complete ones of these before. One was even bigger metal detecting, and at least once or twice I've found just the ID part, but it was missing the ends of it. But this whole thing is sterling silver, and I was doing all this by guesstimating on weight. So this was priced at $15. They knew this was silver. This had a special sticker on it. But I'm going to let you know the weight right now and what the melt value is on it. There's nothing on this that isn't silver. So I have to zero out my scale here. So that is coming up as 34.2 grams. And its spot price today, the melt value on this is $21.50 at that weight. So of course for 15, I'm going to pick up silver at spot price all day long, below spot price. So I mean right now that's basically, worth $21.50, and silver is low right now. So I picked that up for 15. I just estimated based on weight, and I said, yeah, that's at least $15 worth of silver for sure. Tulsa, what's going on? Said only dug stainless steel versions of those. Yeah, I found cheaper versions too. Like I said, I have found, I think, 3 silver ones, and I think 2 were only the middle portion. I only found one that was massive. It was like 45 grams or something crazy. It was really chunky. Remember right where I found it. Um, so that's okay. I got one more jewelry item that I'm pretty excited about. I'm going to take a look in the chat a second, then we're going to go into the last jewelry item here, which is it's pretty awesome. I don't know what it's worth, so I'm going to have to get everybody's idea here in the chat. All right, so here's the last one. This whole thing is silver. And yes, I paid a lot for it, but awesome vintage piece. Finding something like this metal detecting would become a dream come true. I found a similar bracelet, but not chunky, like a more thin band. Like I found Victorian bracelets, but this is like the bracelet of all bracelets. It's unbelievable. I just absolutely crazy. So I'll show you the sticker on it, what I paid for it. You can see it there, and you can see the sterling mark behind the sticker. Well, it doesn't want to focus. It's in there. I paid $40 for it. I don't know what the retail value would be on this. I pulled off the $40 sticker, but I'll show you the sterling mark on the inside. Yeah, it wants to focus on the outside here. You can kind of see it in there. It says sterling real big in the center. So whatever this looks more green than turquoise. I'm not an expert on this type of thing. If it's turquoise, it's more green than I've ever seen. I'll show you guys up close. Unfortunately, the gem does have like a hairline fracture through it. I'll show it up close, and you can let me know what you think. It's definitely real as far as the stone. Of course, it's only going to be semi-precious. Perplexed Mind said jade. That's what I was thinking. I think it's I thought it was low quality jade. It doesn't have that turquoise look to me. It's too green. I mean, that's what I was guessing. So first of all, I'll let you guys know the silver weight, and I'll tell you what I think it's worth. Just from an uneducated guess. So this is, I'll get it on my scale here, 68.6 grams. So if you take away for the weight of the stone, let's just call it 67 grams just to take off a little bit of weight for the stone. So we're going to try 67 grams. Melt value based on spot price today, $42.12. We'll round it down to 42. So basically they priced this at the value for the silver, which I still would have bought it. But I know that this has a significant value more than the silver. So I knew worst case scenario, silver value. But of course, I was thinking probably as a jewelry piece that this would be closer to double that. I was thinking that this might be worth about $80. That's sheer speculation. Let's see. James in the chat said 80 to $100. Terry said Native American turquoise 60 to 65. Yeah, I found similar pieces of this metal detecting before, but not this chunky, not this wide. I found one bracelet that was probably about this thick that was really awesome and had a beautiful turquoise in the middle, and it was Native American style. But this one was just fantastic for $40. Ringmaster Ray, there are no maker's marks on it. It just has a giant sterling mark on it, and I can tell it definitely is sterling because, you know, things can, and it's vintage. You can tell it's very primitive in the markings, but no, it just has a giant sterling marking. Yeah, as soon as I saw this, I picked it up immediately, saw the $40 sticker, kind of went like this, and I said, oh yeah. So I'm getting a lot better at my estimating too. Now, actually, a lot of the local companies know me, and they wouldn't care if I stood there with a scale and weighed the stuff. I have actually taken a scale to these estate sales before just to double check things, but they wouldn't care if I did, but I winged it today. Let's Linda said turquoise can range in color from green to blue, though most high quality specimens, they're that sky blue. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's probably, that it looked like turquoise to me, but I wasn't sure. I don't know. Like I said, jewelry's not my thing, but it wouldn't surprise me if that's just very low quality turquoise. So that was the jewelry today. I'm going to do one educational thing here real quick before I show the rest of the finds, but it involves things that I found here. Okay, so this is going to be some information about silver for everyone here. Now, okay, so there are certain common sterling items that end up in households in estate sales all over the place. So I like try to keep an inventory of the common things so that I know what they're worth and I'll toy around with them. So one of the things that I've even showed in my videos before, one of the most common silver items that you'll find at old estate sales are the silver wrapped ashtrays. They were so popular in like the 60s, give or take, that just like any smoker probably had one at some point. Now, you have to be careful because this is one I didn't check a long time ago. I only bought it for $1, but it's actually silver plated. It's not sterling. So this, you'll see there's a mark on here, but this is one, I think a slightly more modern one that's cheaper. I'm not going to bother showing the marking, but this is silver plated. Now, I had one of these that I bought many, many years ago in an estate sale. I bought a whole set of them, very cheap. And one of them had the glass was cracked. So today I busted the whole thing to take the silver wrap off, one of the broken ones. So this is one this is like the sterling silver wrap, and you can see how paper thin this is. It's like almost paper thin, but it is sterling silver. And you see the marking on this one. Oh, this one's also like monogrammed too. I don't know if that's going to focus. It's got a weird angle there, but that's monogrammed too. But it has a mark on it. I'm not going to bother showing it. It says on here, it's hard to see these marks with the tarnish on these. Actually, I know it's on here. Or maybe it's not on. Oh, yeah, there it is. So this one is Frank M. Whiting and Company Sterling. And like if I weigh this, so we're going to weigh this now. Just to give you an idea. Let me double check this here. Yeah, 5.4 grams. So even though it's a pretty large looking piece of silver, they don't weigh very much. So if I do 5.4 grams based on today's spot price of $21.14, $3.39 worth of silver. So at the sale today with all the other jewelry and all the other silver items, they actually had a large stack of these for $5 a piece. And I didn't know at the time of the sale. I knew that was probably around what the silver was, so I decided to pass on them, and rightfully so. It turns out that the silver wrap is worth $3.39, but that goes to show me anytime somebody prices these at an estate sale at $3 or less, I will snap them up right away because I will take silver below its value any day. So if these are still there when they do half price, because I'm going to go in the morning because it's close to my house, if they're $2.50 a piece, I will buy the entire stack. So I figured I'd just show that kind of educational. I'm going to show you one other thing they had that they passed on, something else that's a little bit harder to estimate. I'll show you all here now. Oh, it's over here. Okay, so now this I picked up literally right across the road from my house. I don't know. Did I even do a video on this? I can't even remember. Yeah, I did. I showed you all a video of the last estate haul. So you will have seen this. This is a weighted sterling silver shaker. And I picked it up for literally like 50 cents. And it's worth roughly around probably $15-ish in silver. Now, I don't know the exact silver content of these because I don't want to destroy this one for one of my tests because I'm starting to see these pop up. So I actually want to find one in bad shape that I can destroy so that I can take all the silver wrapping off and weigh it so that I know for the future what exactly they're worth. So I'll give you an example here. On this This is all silver. This entire piece is silver. All the way down in here, this is all silver. But this little base is weighted with a very heavy material that kind of looks resin-like. And I'll show you the marking here. If it wants to focus. You can see it on there. It's weighted sterling, reinforced Rogers. Now, this one's in really good shape. It's just tarnished. It would clean up really good. So I've weighed this little piece, tried to feel the thickness of it. So I'll give you an idea. So we'll weigh this piece first and just give you an idea. So then you can start to estimate. So I can take the piece that comes off that I know is solid sterling. That weighs 6.1 grams. So if I put 6.1 grams into the calculator, this is about $3.84 worth of silver, just the top. Now, the question is, this base is going to be at least double this weight. So you figure another $4, $8 at least for this portion, at least $8. So we're going to say 12-ish from here to there. And then see the bottom though, this is just like this, silver wrap. The bottom is sterling. So that's just a little piece of silver wrap. And then this base here is, once again, probably about this thickness. So if I gave this my best honest guess, I would actually say the center portion is worth about $10 in silver because it's kind of chunky. This is worth $4. And then it's probably another $2 to $3 at best here. So I'm thinking probably just $17 worth of silver, maybe 17 based on spot price today. That's my best guess without destroying it, because if I try to take the weighted base out, I will have to destroy it. It will not go back together. I have taken apart the, I noticed in the chat, somebody said candlesticks can be the same way. Yes, I have a bunch of those, but I had a few in bad shape. I have one that I demolished, and the larger candlesticks, when silver was a little bit higher, when it was a few dollars higher last summer, I estimated that the candlesticks were worth $17.50 a piece. So if I ever saw them priced at like 15 or less, I would buy them. But this one, they had a set of these today, and they were in poor shape. I probably should have just bought them as a test. If they're still there on half price day, I'll grab them immediately. Because they were all dented in here, so I wouldn't mind destroying them. I don't think they had any collector's value. But this one's in nice shape, so I don't want to destroy it. But they had two of them that were kind of had dents in this part of it, and they had the set for 30, 2 for 30. So I was like, well, yeah, maybe there's $20 worth of silver in them, but I'll just pass. Like I said, I didn't have to buy them, but I already had one, so I figured I'd show you guys, kind of my breakdown on trying to estimate the value of something. Maybe I'll go back tomorrow and just buy them for 15. The lady there, she's there. She knows me real well. The second day, she might give me somewhat of a discount on them. But normally, to be fair to all their customers, they do a half price day at the end and then give everybody a fair chance. So I just wanted to share that with everybody. I passed on the 2 for $30 today because I just didn't need to get them. But that's how I kind of estimate silver price. But this one was fun because I got that one for like nothing, like 50 cents. Okay, so I'm going to get a drink here real quick, and then I'll go back into the rest of the stuff I found. We'll hang out here in the chat for a second first before I go back into the next haul here. Still got more. And this is a good find on a hot summer day. Black raspberry LaCroix. I sweeten this with a little bit of stevia. Liquid stevia drops, and this stuff's good. It's one of my new favorite flavors. This and my all-time favorite, it's just a classic flavor, limoncello. Pat said candlesticks with a 3-inch base have roughly 1 ounce of sterling. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like I said, the estimate I did on one, I'm not sure if it was a slightly smaller one. It came out to around $17.50, but that was when silver was higher, so it would have been a little bit under an ounce. You do have to be careful on them, though. Not that it changes the value of a lot. I know some slightly later ones. Actually, the one I picked out at the yard sale when I got this actually had a plastic base. Just the very bottom where the marking was actually plastic, but the rest was silver wrapped. So you just have to be careful. There's a lot of different kinds, just like the ashtrays. Some of these are silver plated, some of them are sterling. You got to make sure you read the marks on them. And I think a lot of people don't know these are silver because the markings on them get so faint and it's stamped so thin on them. And especially when these tarnish, sometimes people don't even know they have writing on them. All right, so what we're going to do here is next we're just going to go into the random stuff, and then I'll end with the coin that I picked up. Oh, and some made of coin silver. Yeah, most of everything that I have found has been sterling. The only coin silver item that I've actually found in an estate sale that I picked up, I just liked it because it was cool. I actually bought a German ring that's stamped 0.900 and it's very thin, and I paid $5 for it. I think the silver value was less, but it was a very, very old German silver band, and the people that owned that house came from Germany, so that's how I know it was German. They had a lot of stuff from Germany. So that's the only thing that I've picked up in an estate sale that wasn't 925, that was actually 90% silver. I will say the estate sale that I was out the other day, they had one of those 90% silver coin clocks, the old ones from like the 70s that are like a square, and they have two 1964 half dollars is like the 12 and 6 o'clock, and then they have 2 quarters, and then all the other hands point to a 1964 silver dime. And I wasn't sure what they were going to price it at. It was about 40, I can't remember. I think it was about $30 worth of silver, maybe a little bit more, but they had it priced at $80, which was very high. I think even retail, or like on eBay, I still think that those sell for around 80. I didn't think it was a good buy, so I passed on it, but would have loved to show that to you guys if they would have priced it right, because I had the option to get it right away. I was one of the first people to see it. But anyway, so I'll show you what I got here, and we'll keep rolling. Let's see. Now we're into the really random stuff. Did I have to buy this? No, probably not, but I did, and I'll figure out if I want to keep it or not. When I saw this was a set, I'm like, a set? Where's the set? Oh, it's bookends. So it's completely metal except for the felt here. Felt on the edge, kind of nasty on this side. I could always replace that if I wanted to, but solid metal, bookends, ship. I actually like anything that's ship themed like this. I've got a very cool model. I like stuff like this personally. For some reason, there's something about the intricate nature of ships and the older stuff like this. I thought that was super cool. So this, $8. I thought that was a pretty good buy. So we're going to do it as usual again. Tell me what you think that this would sell, fair price, in the comments. I'm thinking 15. Maybe that's a little high, but I think for certain 12 to 15 would be reasonable. So I do think it was priced very reasonably. I will probably use that for some books that I have. Yeah, I just got to clean it off more. It's real dusty. Linda said, is it brass or bronze? I don't, it's black, so I couldn't tell you. I think it's mostly just iron. I don't think it's brass. If it was brass, I mean, it would have been more pricey. I don't think it's brass or bronze. You can kind of see down here. It's very crudely made. It's just some kind of mixed alloy. It's not going to be a very expensive metal like copper or anything like that. But for $8, I mean, it weighs, like I said, the base is heavy, but it's kind of mostly thin like sheet metal. It probably weighs, I don't know, 2.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds. So it's not light, but I figured being solid metal and vintage. It's definitely vintage. That's not like something that you would buy at a home goods store. That's one of the other reasons I bought it too. Maybe somebody in the chat would know more around when this is from. Like I said, the neighborhoods of a lot of estate sales I go to, this place had a lot of stuff from like World War II to present. So I don't know. Is this from around the 60s? I couldn't tell you. I haven't really looked for, it's all felled on the bottom. I didn't look for any markings on it of like that would identify the age or who made it, but I can look at it more later. Kevin said I would say 40s. Like I said, yeah, I mean, it could be. I really don't know. It screams to me like, just if I was guessing, it looks like a lot of the other stuff at that property, which was kind of 60s, give or take. But I mean, I'm only guessing. Michelle said 20. Linda said about $10. Then yeah, I knew it was worth $8. But like I said, worst case scenario, $10 for the set. So Terry said 10 to 15. Yeah, I think we're all on the same page with pricing this stuff. So it's good to get all your opinions and stuff too. Renee said that would look nice in a den or office. I agree. All right, Rusty, see you later. You might not be here. Hey, Koya. Hey, Sheila, good to see you in here. Julie said late 50s to 60s. That sounds about right. That's what I would say. Like I said, it's metal, it's vintage, and it was priced right, so I grabbed it. And I liked it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't have grabbed it. Okay, let me grab some other stuff here. Let me move some of this off here. I'll set this down here. All right, so I like the higher quality carved wood stuff. So I picked up this for $5. Very heavy, solid wood. Not a cheap plastic one. I mean, of course, that's $5 alone in the craftsmanship. It's the lion laying down. Like I said, I just picked that up because I like the high quality carved stuff. And this one's pretty nice. I mean, of course, this isn't like the best one I've ever seen in my life. But I mean, like I said, that's $5 in craftsmanship all day. What is this worth? I mean, more than $5. But I wouldn't put a huge sticker on this. I see ones like this typically go for around at estate sales more like $8 to $10. So, like I said, $5's actually pretty cheap for that. Could be, Renee said 10 to 12. Yeah, certainly could be 12 to the right person. I wouldn't say more than that though, unless you're trying to retail stuff, obviously. But we're doing fair market value, the yard sales and stuff. So that's, I would say, between $8 and $12. Melanie said there's a set of ship bookends that look similar listed for $100 on eBay. Cool. Maybe I'll look at that real quick. We'll see. Like I said, I knew it was vintage. I knew some of this stuff could randomly be worth more. I'm just trying to get like a base value in my head when I'm looking for stuff, like knowing it's worth at least what I paid, and then anything apart from that is gravy. Let's see what we got here. I'll look up metal ship bookends. There's one that looks... I might look under the sold ones. I'm seeing mostly modern looking stuff. Let's just see if there's anything under the sold listings. Oh, wow. This might be the exact one I have. Oh, sweet. Let me check this out again. Guys, I actually think I'm onto something fairly rare here. Thank you for pointing that out. This is exactly what I have. Let me double check here. Yep. Oh, yeah. Same design. Okay, so there is one that sold on, this is an actual sale, not an asking price. One sold, okay, where's the date here? Hold on. I got to go back here. On June 21st, so just recently, it was listed at $59.50, but they used the they accepted a best offer. So it's less than $59.50, but I know a secret of how to check this on eBay. If you don't know exactly, if you search by price highest first, you can find the item in between an item below and above it, and you'll know what price range it is. So I'm going to do that right now. So we actually, that was a good find, guys. Okay, so, oh yeah, and there's another one that actually sold for 32, but 24 shipping. Okay, so here it is. Let me add this up here. So the item below it, based on my keywords, sold for $31.99 plus $24.05, which is $56.04. And the one above it doesn't matter because it's over 60. So I can tell you that with free shipping, one of these just sold on eBay for between $56.04 and $59.49, because that would have been a penny below. So high 50s. Now another one sold. Let me see if this is the same thing or if it's similar. Another one sold. It's not identical, but it's very similar. And it is vintage, and it sold for $31.90. Yeah, it was the $56.04, the one I just did. So that seems to be the fair market value because two sold right in the same price range between $56 and $59. So that's the fair market value right there between 56 and 59. That's awesome. That's awesome. I got it for $8. Bird Dog, good to see you. You missed all the goodies. All right, so that's pretty cool. That turned out to be the best pickup, actually, beating the silver and other things. But the silver, we just got some really unique stuff, even though some of it wasn't a high profit margin. Okay, so that turns out to be the best find so far. The next thing I picked up, I strictly bought this for storing like coins or detecting finds. It seems kind of vintage-like. It's kind of like a ceramic. I don't know anything about it, but I think it was priced way too cheap. It's just really dirty and needs cleaned. But this giant case, it has a very nice lid and a cool design on it. The way it opens, the cool pattern. And like I said, it just needs cleaned. $3. Very nice floral design on it. This is screaming once again. Most of the stuff at that property was like 1960s, give or take. And you can comment in the chat what you think this is worth. I know that that's, you know, 5 or more all day, even at a yard sale. So, but I'm not selling this. I'm not selling that one. So that was one of my random pickups. And we'll see what everybody says in the chat, what they're going to say on value for that. One, I'm getting to the penny here actually pretty soon. I'm going to show some other stuff first. Chuck said, don't forget condition. Yeah. If you're still talking about the ship, it's actually, it's in good shape. It's just dusty. And yeah, I take everything into consideration. And this, it's actually all of that junk and stuff will clean. I don't know. It does have like a little bit of like a weird pink. Now, who knows? For all I know, it's some kind of ancient lipstick or something. Brandon, if you want to send me an email, it's in the description of the video, jdsvarietychannel@gmail.com. If you want to ask me a specific question like that, I don't want to go into talking about it here. Okay, so let's get the next couple items here. Okay, we'll go with this next. $5. $5. Definitely got this to keep for myself. It's very hard to find corner shelves that you can hang or to utilize space better. Awesome. It's already got the loop on the top, already custom cut. Perfect to install in a corner somewhere to display something. It could use a repaint. It's painted kind of cheaply in white. This could use a fresh coat of paint. But I always keep an eye for stuff like this at the estate sales because to make something like this would be very labor intensive, and the materials alone are going to cost about what you're going to pay for stuff like this. And they didn't even have a sticker on it because there was stuff on it in these people's house. And as long as it's not attached at the estate sales, they can sell it. So I took this off the wall, told them it wasn't attached, asked them for a price, and that will look perfect in one of my display rooms. So what is it worth? it's not worth more than $10 at a yard sale. But like I said, that was strictly for me. It's perfect. So we'll say value. We'll say $8, right? We'll say something like that. Somebody would give you 8 for it. I think 10's even stretching it a little bit. Like I said, I wanted that. Okay, next item. I actually think this was also underpriced. This is good. This is the type of thing that you either love it or you hate it. And I normally don't like this type of thing, but there was something about this one, and it's in a nice frame. It's pretty big too. My camera focusing. There we go. $10. And this, I think, is vintage also. This could be from the 60s, 70s. I don't think it's any newer than the early 80s. Pretty retro right there. And it's 3D, of course. Unfortunately, in my car, I chipped a little bit of it off because this is real fragile. They put like a glaze over this so that it lasted. And this is just all like wood sticks painted. I mean, this thing's crazy. It's crazy. And it's actually like glazed and sealed. Like it's, you know, these are actually real pine cones and flowers and stuff. It's wild. And of course they got like the burlap back to it, and then this kind of like greenish frame, like distressed green look to it. It's old. Oh, actually, here, what do we got on it? It says something back here. You can see, look, it's okay, so it's from Johnson City, which is not too far from me. There's really nothing to identify on. You can tell this was like homemade because there's like paint splattered all over the edges. Like there's like old newspaper on the edges. They did strips on them or something. You can see a little bit of old newspaper up there. I mean, this has got to be at least from the 70s or something. But $10. I mean, this I am certain, because it has a high appeal, I am certain that this is 20 all day. To the right person, maybe even 30 to 35. So you can all guess what you would say this is worth fair value. I'm saying 20 to 25 minimum. Sheila says 50. It's possible, but I live in a lower populated area. Where I'm at, you can get some pretty good bargains. 50 would be pushing it here, but where you live, it could go for 50 all day, perhaps. Julie said 25. Yeah, I'm trying to do conservative estimates. Michelle said 50. We got some 50 estimates. It's good to hear. And I'm surprised somebody didn't grab that quicker. It's like I didn't get that till I was after there for an hour, and then I kind of looked at it again. I'm like, you know what? That's really nice. I agree, Michelle. It's just very pleasing to the eyes, and it's, you know, it's 3D. It's got the nice background. It's very tastefully done. The nice fitted frame. It's just a very nice piece. Whoever put that together. Terry said 20 to 30. Sure. Okay. Next. Just a couple random things I could have done without. I'm not sure if I'll hang this up or give it to my mom. This was $3. I don't know what it's made out of. It's a very strange material. It's not plastic, but I don't know what it is. Like, I really don't know what it is. It's one of those weird things. But it was $3, and it's definitely worth at least that. At a yard sale, probably 5 or something. I don't know how old it is. Multi-Products Incorporated. Yeah, I mean, this is something that's mass-produced, but Multi-Products Incorporated. There's no date or something, but got it for 3. If I change my mind on it, sell for 5 all day. And these I grabbed because they were homemade. I thought these were kind of cool. I didn't realize they're kind of smelly. So I don't know. I might just keep one of these and then sell the rest of them. And one of them stained. but somebody got an expensive fabric way back in the day and made these custom placemats out of a very cool fabric and painstakingly made these and cut them and sewed them. And like I said, I didn't have to get these, but I thought they were super cool because I actually could use some placemats, and the ones I have are just awful. Unfortunately, one of them has a very bad stain. But I got the whole set for $5, so they're worth at least that. I'm not going to say they're worth any more. It's just a one-of-a-kind homemade item on a very, very good material. Like I said, I don't know. I might just get rid of those in my next yard sale. They actually smell pretty bad. I didn't realize if I really noticed. If I would have noticed that when I was there, I wouldn't have. Julie said put fabric sheets between them to help with the smell. Yeah, I'll do something to them. They've been stored too long. Then the next thing, what did I say here? Oh, yeah, the other thing. Carmine said Surico wear. Oh, it's from the 60s. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Huh. I'll have to look that up. But yeah, it was something I wasn't familiar with. Like I said, a lot of the stuff in this place was a time capsule from like the 60s. It's very specifically around that period. Okay. Next. Now we got something that's quite interesting that I think I got a good buy on. Okay, let me set this one over here. Check out these monstrosities. They weigh probably about, I could get my big scale and let you know, maybe like 3.5 pounds. Crazy design. Now, these are silver plated. If these were sterling, I would have probably passed out and they would have been priced insanely. I don't know, like, are these from the 60s also? I don't know. But they come into multiple parts, swivels around. And they're just, oh, and I'll show you guys the mark on them. These are, you can see it there. So it says right on them, these are Wallace silver plate. And it says Baroque on the top. Baroque. So these crazy design ones, like it starts on this side and then spirals out on the other. In the other one, it's the same thing. It's a set, a matching set. Like I said, they seem to me like they probably weigh about 3.5 pounds. Very heavy, solid. I got the set for $25. In my opinion on these is $25 each, probably actual value. I mean, I think this set here is at least $45 for the set. You guys can let me know what you think in the chat. But I thought $25 for the set was actually a very good price. I think $45 for the set, I think they would sell all day. Clayton said 30 each. It's very possible. I'm just trying to be conservative in my estimates. Could I see these? Yeah, 29 a piece. Yeah, certainly. I've never seen these specifically before. Just very high quality, heavy, good design, and vintage. I could throw one on one of my giant scales, let you know, but you can take, actually, yeah, maybe closer to 4 pounds. They're really heavy. And they're also in good shape, too. They're not like all dented and bent and in really good shape. So, yeah, we did pretty good today. It's just funny to think that the best value one might be that the vintage ship bookend selling for like $56+. That's crazy. I didn't expect that. I thought, okay, maybe it's worth 20 to 25, you know, on the high end. Linda said most likely silver-plated brass. You know what? You're probably right. A lot of those old silver-plated things were brass underneath. If it's brass underneath, even better yet. They probably are brass, because actually a lot of the candlestick type items usually are brass. Coit, how's it going? Okay, so let's see what else we got here. So this one was definitely for me. I'm not selling this one. I think it's super cool. You tell me what you think. And yes, I do like owl themed things, but this is similar to the other one where it has the burlap back, very rustic, rough cut frame. I really like that rough cut, rustic look to it. And I'll show you on here. It says right here, Jordan 82, 1982. So, yeah, I guess that's when this is from. And it's very old. There was old, nasty brown strips to like hold the back on that I had to peel off. You can tell, and this was in somebody's like garage for a long time. It's really rusted. Even the bracket is like corroded, but thankfully the picture itself is in good condition and it's really not smelly. But I like the rustic, well-fitted frame, and I don't know exactly what it's made out of or like how they did it. It almost seems like it's some kind of laminated paper behind glass, but whatever they did, they made it so that it would last and preserve. It's very unique how they did it. But anyway, I got it for $8, and you know, at a yard sale, what would that sell for? I mean, 15 all day, because it's small. It's not really big, but could I see it going for $20? Yeah, because it's a cool piece and has a little bit of almost a 3D look to it as well, and it's vintage. Sheila says 35. I mean, possible, but it's definitely worth 8. We know that. So yeah, for some reason, this estate sale specifically, the one we're focusing on now, was my favorite one I've been to in a long time. There was a lot of things there that I was really personally interested in, which usually I only come out with a few items or something. But this place, I bought a lot of stuff. Okay, the next item I might have overpaid for. Hopefully one of you out there might know more about it. Vases are not my area of expertise, except I know about some of the Japanese style stuff from the 70s, a lot of imported stuff from Japan in the 60s and 70s. But this, I don't think there's any markings on, and I bought it because I wanted it, and I think I may have paid on the high end, but you guys could think I'm wrong. We'll see. So this is actually very heavy. It's not thin. Oh, and I forgot there's something really nasty in here too. I don't know what's in here. Some kind of plastic something stuff down in there. It's fairly large though. And there are no markings on it that I can find. I don't know if there could have been a tag on it, but it's kind of more of a light pastel kind of color. Very intricate. And I paid $15 for it, but I didn't think that was unreasonable, even though it's on the higher end for an estate sale. Very high quality. It's like I guess it's like kind of like a milk glass. I mean, I couldn't tell you for certain, but it's very thick. It's not just like a thin one. Maybe somebody knows roughly. Is this another 1960s-ish piece? You tell me. This is out of my wheelhouse. I just actually know how I'm going to display this. We'll get into that another time. So you can tell me what you think it's worth, and if you could give me any more information on that, let me know. I normally don't buy stuff like this, but I thought this one was high quality, had a nice, pleasing design to it, and it's very heavy. Carmine said milk glass. Yeah, I didn't notice that till after I bought it because it was so heavy when I looked inside. It seems like it is milk glass. Sheila said 1970. I could see that. So you all will have to tell me what you think it's worth. Like I said, I paid 15. Unless it's some kind of like rare type, I think at a yard sale, I don't really think I could go higher than 15. So that's the one item I bought that I think I was at least estimating I probably paid close to full price on, if not full price. But for all I know, it could be worth $40. I just don't know. Okay, so we are going to end this estate with the coin that I picked up. And then we're going to go, I did one that the same company was doing that was just another 10 minutes down the road. And I picked up a few things, and I'll show you guys that. But first, I'm going to show you the interesting story about the coin. So I've mentioned to you guys in other videos that I keep an eye out for light switch plate covers, like of different kinds, sometimes vintage ones, sometimes unique ones. So I just grabbed some random small items to see if they would add them on for, like $1 or $2. So I just had this little small stack of stuff, and they said, sure, just $2, because there was no price. Focus. So you'll see where I'm getting at with this. So anyway, I just have these. One's still in cover, but these are just kind of like slightly older, like vintage wood light plate covers that have the metal on the back of them. So anyway, these can be painted or different stuff. But anyway, those don't really matter. They're just random stuff. But in with this pile that they gave me for $2 is this. And I didn't know at the time exactly what they're worth. Otherwise, that I knew that they were collectible, and I haven't had one before. It is a 2000 sealed Cheerio scent. So for all of you who don't know what this is, back then they had like an agreement, I guess, with like the U.S. Mint. So the first 10 million pennies were put into these flips and went in boxes of Cheerios. So these are they're kind of difficult to find sealed in the flip, like sealed in the plastic. Because kids naturally would take them out and stuff. So if you check on eBay, these sell for $10 all day, as long as it's still in the original packaging. Now, my coin has some carbon spots. It doesn't look the best, but it is sealed. And these sealed sell for $10 all day. I got it, including these, for $2. So what did I pay for this? Pretty much 50 cents, maybe $1, if you're considering these at 50 cents a piece. So 50 cents or $1 is what I paid for this Cheerio scent. And like I said, it's $10 on eBay all day. And you can see it's a 2000 penny. It has some spots on it. Like I said, this isn't one that I would break out and send it in to a grading company. It's not good enough. It's just going to stay in here and somebody will buy it for what it is. And you can see where it says one of the 10,000 first minted year 2000 coins. And of course, you can see on the back they had the Sacagawea dollars. They do actually had a Sacagawea version of these as well. But that was really cool to find, steel sealed in the original plastic. Oh, with here, this is why it's important, because it's actually the certificate of authenticity too. So that's my $10 penny find that I got for like 50 cents. So, about, if I paid $1, it's 10 times investment. If I paid 50 cents for it, then 20 times my money. I don't know. I'll probably just keep this. Maybe at some point we'll do a giveaway for this. We'll see. DSA said, I think the vase would be somewhere around 30 to 40. I don't know. Like I said, I think it's quite high quality. So at an antique shop, could it be 30 to 40? I think so. Okay, so I guess I'll just go ahead and show you all the few things that I picked up at the last one. There wasn't really anything too spectacular. But actually, I got a nice piece of furniture, so we'll go and show that in a second. But if anybody's just coming in now, you may want to watch this one back because I found some pretty cool stuff. A lot of nice silver and vintage jewelry. And apparently, the one item I bought for $8 turned out to be worth in the upper 50s. We had a pretty good time going through all this together. I like doing this live streams on this because we literally figure it all out together. You know, what the stuff's worth. Okay, so I'll show you the other things I picked up at the last place. Like after I left this place, I was already quite happy. And let's get it and show you all. So I got this giant upholstered ottoman that's like brand new. Not a stain, not a nick, not a scratch on it. Really cool. Set it back here. It's a little bit springy. I don't know if this was from a store or if this was a homemade piece of furniture. I don't know. Here, let me move this out of the way here. I don't know. But, okay. So they originally wanted $65 for that. Now, this other place didn't have as much vintage stuff. They had some stuff going back to like the 70s and stuff, but it was a lot more modern, high-end stuff. Thank you, Michelle, for the $3 super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Here, I'll jump over this and dunk. We'll do that real quick. Dunk break. We'll go this way. Got to move this out of the way. Oh, you can't really see it. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see it. I'm going to jump over it. All right. Oh! Did it. Tell you what, we'll just sit on this. This will be fun. I'll just sit on this for now. Oh, you can't really see it. Oh, well. Oh, that's really low. Oh, I feel like a king, right? This is too funny. It's kind of not honestly very comfortable. It's very springy. Look. It's got like a giant spring in the middle of it. But, okay, so this was, they wanted $65 for it, but they gave it to me for $60 and threw in two of the pictures I was looking at. So for $60, I got this, which you can comment in the chat. I think even at a discount home goods store like TJ Maxx, this is minimum $89. Could even be $125, $129. I think absolute minimum around $100. So anyway. So I got that and these two matching pictures, which are just kind of like brand new home goods type stuff, you know, discount home goods stores. That and both of these for $60. These are minimum $10 all day. So technically, even if I didn't keep these and drop these for 10 a piece at a yard sale, that means I paid only $40 for the ottoman. Yeah, these actually have a factory defect in the top corner of them. You can't really see too much. It's like sheared off. But like I said, those are nice design, big frames. They're, of course, if you buy them in a store, they're going to be like, you know, at least 15, but still 10 at a yard sale all day. So I think that was a pretty good buy. Oh yeah, and then just the last item there, because I only bought a couple things there and nothing old. A $3 pillow to go with it, because it's nice light color design. Throw it on my couch. Kind of makes a nice backdrop. You can see everything now, kind of, when I sit on this. It's just not good. I don't have like a back support. So yeah, that was 63 bucks I spent at the last place and just got some modern home decor and furniture. Did I look underneath the stool? What's supposed to be under there? You mean this? What's going to be under there? Michelle said, I like all the colors you like. Well, it's good to hear we have the same taste. Yeah, that's put at the end of the bed, putting on, taking off shoe chair thingy. Yeah, it's supposed to go on the end of your bed. I don't know if it's technically called an ottoman. I don't know if there's a more specific name for it. I can't remember. You'll have to let me know. But yes, this is supposed to go at the end of your bed. And you guys can let me know what you think this would be worth. Like I said, I was thinking absolute minimum 89, somewhere around there. Even secondhand, like I said, there's not a scratch on it. Not a scratch on it, not a stain, nothing. It's like brand new. Oh, tags. Yeah, I guess I could look. I guess I could check the bottom. I don't know if I did. I can't remember. There's some tags there, so let's see. All I can tell you is it says made by Golden Chair Incorporated, 958 Washington Road, Holka, Mississippi. Golden Chair Incorporated. Michelle said $100 if it smells good. Smells fine. What did I just say? Can't remember now. I'm going to look it up. Golden Chair. Maybe we'll find the exact one. Golden Chair Inc. Let's go to shopping. Golden Chair Inc. I see a bunch of lazy boys. Oh, no, that's Golden Cloud. I don't know. It looks to me like something you'd find at like a TJ Maxx or something like that. Kind of the mid-sized furniture items that are real kind of vibrant and trendy looking. It kind of looks like the type of furniture items I've personally bought from TJ Maxx in years past. They have a lot of cool mid-sized furniture things that are usually around $100. And that's kind of what this looks like to me, which is why I said I know the way their mid-sized furniture is. 89 is the low end. So I think it's between 89 and probably, like I said, 129 or something. Sheila, if you're reading this, you may want to refresh. I think you're a little bit behind. Now you can look it up. It might be a high-end store. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think this is incredibly high quality, like as far as like what you would see in like a high-end furniture store. I think it's just kind of, mid-range. But it's a really nice piece to pick up. Like I said, the pictures are worth 10 a piece. So I pretty much really only got this for like 45. Even if you're saying the pictures are $7.50 a piece, that means I paid 45 for this. And that's all day. So even at a yard sale, I think their 65 asking price originally is fair for, being like at a yard sale or something. So if I wanted to get rid of it, I'd price it at like 70 probably. And then if somebody offered me 5 or 10 less, I'd just say, okay, Yes, Michelle, it is Holka, Mississippi. Koya said, am I up to date in the stream? I don't know. If you just heard me read this right now, then yes. And I think that's it. Let me double check to see if there was anything else I missed, but I think that was the entire haul. This is pretty easy. I can step right over it. That's pretty easy. Yeah, so that's it. Got a lot of stuff. I think I spent over the last 2 days. I spent about and I actually did an estate sale last week. Most of the stuff is at my parents' place because there was a lot more. It was an interesting sale. Not a lot of old stuff, but I got a lot of stuff I actually needed and that they needed. Some like super nice area rugs. I'll show you guys. I'm actually working on the other property that I'm working on. I'm also doing the decor in it, and I've got a lot of stuff in there I bought. So perhaps I'll do a separate video for that. But yeah, I've been doing pretty good at the estate sales lately. So if you were coming just to see strictly the estate sale finds, I have now officially showed everything. And this was just from the last 2 days. So I'm now just going to chat with everybody, but I do not have anything else to show. I might do a little bit of a recap at the end, or I'll just tell everybody maybe to watch it back, because we pretty much showed stuff the whole way through. So probably shouldn't repeat any of it. But Coy said, I found a slightly chipped stoneware bowl yesterday that is rare and going for around $70 online. It's beautiful light blue glaze. I bought it for $10. Nice. It's funny. I stay away from a lot of the lighter stuff too, because knowing me, I'll eventually like break it or something, or like break it in transport or accidentally. So I try to stick to the heavier duty stuff. And I personally don't like decorating with a lot of like the china and glasses and the frail stuff. Just not my taste. But some of that stuff can be really rare. And if you like it, what you got to do with that kind of stuff is you have to kind of have like what's the word I'm looking for? Not a display cabinet. What are they called? I can't even think now. A curio cabinet. And, you could set one of those up with all that type of stuff. There was one thing I passed on today. It was pretty cool, but I'm thinking, I don't need it. It was like a mid-century modern kind of mint green leaf. Not leaf. It was like a dish it was a bunch of just random jagged designs on the end of it. And it was like screaming mid-century, but I was like, well, this thing would be easy to break 100 different ways. I would never want to ship it out because you have to like armor it so that it didn't break because it was in such a weird design. I don't even know how to explain it, but it was priced $5. It was priced reasonably. It could have been worth like 20 or more, but I just didn't have any reason to buy it. It wouldn't even have been good to display it could have been like a really retro, like candy dish, maybe been what it was, to put something in. But if I would have bought it and used it as a display for something, it probably would have eventually broke or chipped off the side. So I was like, I don't need it. Terry said, JD, wife found a 1936 Buffalo nickel coin roll hunting from the bank. That is awesome. Todd, you did miss it again. We just finished up the haul, but you'll have to watch this one back. It was a pretty good one. Probably just going to stay a little bit here and chat with everybody, but we got an awesome haul from the last few days. Actually, one of my best finds that's not here is I got a gigantic, and it was perfect size for what I needed. I got an absolutely gigantic area rug that was like really thick, not a cheap one. And I don't remember the size. It was like 10 by 14 or something. And I got it for like $37, like $37.50. It was like $150 rug. There was a very interesting story. I don't want to go into one of the estate sales, but it was like the house was just not furnished too many years ago. And then almost everything in the entire house was sold. So it was like all brand new stuff that was ordered online or just bought from retail from local like furniture and department stores. And then it all had to get sold. It was crazy. The rugs I got were not old ones. This place was all more modern stuff. There was a few vintage things there, but it was almost it's like high-end retail stuff, but not old stuff. This was all like 95% modern stuff. But I got the thick. She had dogs, so some of the stuff had dog hair and like little stain, like some stains on it and stuff. But the one I didn't pick up, they had a brand new like 7 by 9 foot shag rug. When I say shag, the high quality shag, that's like the kind of not like the individual. What would you say? Like I don't know how to say it. Like not like the individual fibers, like a normal rug, but like the really thick, like silky soft shag the whole way across. It's $75. I mean, brand new, they're like 250, and that's one thing I should have got, but I was hauling so much stuff and had my dad help me. I said, well, if it's there tomorrow, I'll get it, and it wasn't. But I got the really thick designed wool rugs that are really high pile. I got one. It was just different colored gray pattern, like almost like the diamonds, like you see in the rugs, like kind of like rounded diamonds, almost like a diamond, but rounded on the edges. $37.50. I got some on the last day. They were still there when they were doing half price. Brand new, they're $150, and like $37.50, even in used condition, is fantastic. Lightly used. Yeah, so I mean, like I really got some awesome area rugs, because like I've ordered from places like rugs.com before and Overstock, and you can get some pretty good buys, but I mean, when you're talking getting the same similar rugs for like $37, I mean, when you order from there, you lose half the purchase price, like on shipping. Like they include it in the price, but you can't get them for less than like $150, because you have to have that base shipping charge to be, calculated into their profit. So when you can find those rugs that are worth like between $150 and $300 for like, 30, even up to $75, I mean, you can't even get them at that price at Aldi's, like a discount local bargain store. Sheila, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. I really appreciate that. I enjoy doing these streams, everyone. So if you guys like this, I actually prefer doing this rather than doing a pre-recorded video, because we can just kind of hang out. And I will we'll just make it fun. I'm going to take like these super chat tips, and we'll put it right back into the estate sale finds and just have fun with it. I mean, I enjoy doing it. If you guys like the streams, like this, let me know. And I would like to do more of them this summer, and I could try to pick up some cool stuff. But let's go ahead and give Sheila a dunk. We'll do a pass off the wall. Hey, this thing works. This might be my new streamer's lounge. I wish if the armrests were a little bit higher, that'd be a little bit better. Tiffany said, thank you. Learned a lot. Great finds. Fun. I appreciate it, Tiffany. I try to make things educational too, so people can learn. I just will freely share anything, tips and tricks of the trade. I do my best. I'll just tell everybody, and hopefully somebody can get some use out of it. I gotta get this to focus on me. I think we're out of focus a little bit. There we go. Coy said, love these streams. I'm cooking up a soup for dinner while I watch. Awesome. So yeah, I'm actually trying to go to 1 or 2 sales a week right now. So if I can get in some other good sales and get some cool stuff, I will definitely, I guess I'll stream it. Or if I don't find a whole lot, I might just post a normal video. It just depends on how much I buy. When I have this much stuff, it's actually kind of overwhelming to try to make a video. It's just easier to come on and stream. And I had a lot of the silver and stuff I wanted to educate everyone on, and my thought process and what I look for. And it would have been pretty laborious in a normal video. Yeah. Carmine said, I like the live style. I do too. It's not good for growing a channel, but I'm not exactly trying to grow my channel now anyway. I just do this more for fun at the moment. So I enjoy this more than having to edit a video, and then you don't get to interact live with everybody. You just get the, the stagnant comments, and sometimes you respond to them, sometimes you don't. Oh yeah, and I was going to mention, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't know exactly when, and I'm not going to just randomly throw the address out there. But if anybody lives around Northeast Tennessee or wants to come to a yard sale when I do one this year, because I'm going to do one big yard sale, if you would want to just pop by and say hi, send me an email, tell me who you are, and I can let you know when I'm doing it and let you know where. If anybody is anywhere close to Northeast Tennessee or is traveling through, I'm trying to do like a little bit of a neighborhood yard sale with just one or two other households, and we're just going to kind of try to do it all together. And we're thinking about maybe trying to do it like the weekend after the 4th of July, so coming up here pretty soon. It's just all, I don't know for sure right now, but I figured I'd put it out there because I'm going to try to actually do at least 2 yard sales a year myself right now, strictly for fun. And like I said, sometimes to get rid of stuff here that I pick up from the sales that I just don't need. So if anybody's interested in popping in and saying hi sometime, just send me an email. And then whenever I do it, I can respond to them real quick and just let you know where, when, and all that good stuff. But yeah, my email is in the description. It's jdsvarietychannel@gmail.com. Oh, that's awesome, Renee. You're painting while you're watching. That's one thing. I don't have a really good artistic edge when it comes to painting, but my dad and my brother used to paint. My dad still does a little bit. I'm trying to convince him to try to sell some paintings. He'd like to do a few for like when we do the yard sales. The only painting I need to do right now is I need to paint I need to paint the stairwell going to my basement. That's something that needs done soon. But I'm actually having a company pretty soon, going to be painting this room once I get on the schedule. And that'll look really cool once this old paneling's covered. It's going to be all white. And it's going to look amazing in here then. And this is just a job I don't want. I think I told you guys before, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or no, 10, because that's a door. 10 windows in this sunroom. It's insane. 10 windows and 3 doors. And then there's like different types of trim, and the ceiling's vaulted. And this room would be a nightmare to paint, especially over paneling. So I said, absolutely not. I'm not doing this job. So I got a local contractor. It gave me a reasonable estimate. And they're going to be spraying the ceiling of my basement also. Because I'm going to do an exposed beam. I'm going to do an exposed ceiling in the basement. I already ripped the ceiling out like last summer or sometime. And once I get it all prepped, they're gonna spray it. They're gonna spray it, and it's all gonna be white, and then make that basement seem taller. And the carpet's been ripped out. The basement, half of it's remodeled, half of it's completely gutted. So that'll look good when it's done. For some reason, I thought you were in New Hampshire. Nope. I am in East Tennessee. And almost for the entire length of my YouTube channel, I've lived down here. A couple different cities. I've moved locally a few times, or at least in this eastern part of the state, but been in this general area since 2013. I did start my YouTube channel when I was in Pennsylvania, though. Renee said, I can't draw. I do abstracts and pours. Well, that sounds awesome. That's probably what I would do. I cannot draw. And I think my brain's like too rational or something. I have a hard time layering. I can't do depth. I don't know how people just like make scenes and paint the background and then draw over it. And like, my brain just cannot think in layers like that. Like when it comes to artwork, I'd be like the person that's like probably up until I was 10 years old, I still couldn't do more than stick figures. I guess my art is like interior design in contrasting colors and utilizing other people's artwork. I do like to make stuff though myself. Like I like to repurpose things. So, I'm just not really handy with starting from scratch, but I'm pretty good at repurposing stuff that already exists. Or, redoing the design of it, repainting things, redoing furniture. And, I can do stuff like that, but starting from scratch is not my forte. Todd, thank you very much for the $20 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's give you a dunk. Let's see, what can I do? Oh, we'll do a double dunk. Let me get the other ball. All right, here we go. Ooh, this is very low. Yeah, weird lighting angle in here right now. Sorry about that. It's just a weird time of day. See if this will focus on me a little better. Yeah, just weird time of day right now. The sun angle. All righty. Yeah, I still can't believe that ship is worth like north of $55. That's crazy. The ship bookends. Oh, wow. Here's a really cool one. They have it. It's like the same ship design or similar one, but it's got like the bottom and the sides where the books come together. Instead of being metal, it's like a really thick block, like wood blocks, and then the metal ship. That's really cool. Oh, yeah. And then they have like hardware, like hinges over the sides of it with like a design. That looks pretty neat. Looks like they sold that for about 45 plus 20 shipping. So yeah, still right in that 60-ish dollar range. This one seems like it's sold for slightly more. Actually, if anybody wants to look it up on eBay so they can compare it to mine, because this one's slightly different, I'll put the eBay item in the chat here. You can just copy and paste this item number on eBay so you can see what I'm looking at. I just put it in the chat. So that's another one that's like a variation of the one I have, but it's just maybe slightly better. But it sold for a few more dollars as well. Terry said, JD, how's your shoulder? It's iffy, so it's better since I had the tendon issue resolved, but I still have pretty significant popping, so it's kind of annoying. I have a specific motion right here where I have a repetitive popping, but I'm doing okay. It's better than it was. It's definitely better than it was. So I'm thinking I'm still gonna have to follow up with therapy to maybe strengthen the muscles around certain areas. It still may not be a bad idea to get an X-ray to see if there was any old damage, but I'm not in any pain, so I'm doing okay. And I appreciate you asking. I'm doing okay. As long as I stay away from heavy lifting, it doesn't seem to bother me too much right now, so that's good. I think it's just kind of, since it's been like this for so long, considering there's nothing that would need surgery, it'll probably, like I said, it'll just take a while to get back to normal, I think. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice that my tendon's no longer out. Like I can tell the difference. My arm's not as caught up. That's for sure. Have I ever thought about getting a dog? I have, but where I'm at in life right now, I just don't think I'm going to. I actually tried to convince maybe at some point I told my parents if I got a dog, if they would kind of keep it for me, and then it'd be like a family dog. But yeah, I honestly just don't want the responsibility right now of taking care of a dog. Checking something else here. Oh, and there was one more thing at this estate sale that I'm going to pick up if it's still there on half price day, because I think it's an item that there's a pretty good chance nobody's going to buy because of the way they priced it, and a lot of people won't know that the base is silver. I've never actually seen one of these before, but they have a really nice glass vase. It's kind of like maybe about that big. It's got a nice handle on it and a pour spout, not a vase. I'm sorry, I don't know what to call it. It's like a pitcher, kind of. Yeah, it's like a pitcher. With the handle and the pour spout, and it's kind of like that big, maybe. It's a very interesting design. I can't remember if there was any actual design on the glass. I think there was. And then the base of it is a little bit bigger than this, like these silver wraps I showed earlier, and it kind of cascades down a little bit. And it actually has a sterling wrapped base. It looks really interesting. And they have it priced at $15. And I know that it's just a thin silver wrapped base, probably a little bit more silver than these candle holder wraps and like ashtray wraps that I've been showing you guys that have usually a few bucks of silver. I think there's a little bit more than this, but I didn't want to pay $15 for it just because it's mostly glass. And even though it looks cool, I was like, well, I really don't need it. I'm not just trying to find like a million random things to just randomly display in my house. But I was like, yeah, if it's there on half price day, I'm going to grab it for $7.50 because it is a pretty nice piece. So I am going to go back to that sale. And if I pick up a lot more stuff, maybe we'll do another stream. Or at least after I go to maybe a few more estate sales, they'll just do another stream again. But I have some other stuff I need to keep my eye on at this place. They had a lot of interesting stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to need to go back and see if that's there. And like I said, those silver ashtrays, if they still have the whole stack there on half price day for $2.50 a piece, I'll buy them all. Even though, because it's like $3.50 worth of silver on each one. At $2.50, I'll buy them all. It's good to have some silver on hand. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm probably going to wrap it up here soon. It's about 7 o'clock my time. Oh, at that time. Wow, I thought I was here longer than 2 hours. Actually, that's not too bad. So I already did a shorts video on that piece of driftwood I found, but I got a few other things I didn't show you guys. I got one absolutely amazing large furniture piece that the guy that sold it to me helped me move it to, and it is absolutely phenomenal for the price. So maybe I'll do a shorts video and show that for you guys. And the property that I'm working on now, I'm doing like a country theme, and this rustic piece of furniture is just mind-blowing for the price I paid. It's probably one of the best furniture pieces I ever bought. So I'll share that another time. But that was cool. That was cool to find the rare Cheerio penny. Just randomly, it was in like a back bedroom where you could tell they cleared out a bunch of the drawers and just priced stuff. And I just randomly saw it sitting there. I'm like, oh, there's a Cheerio penny. Okay, guys, I think I am going to take off for now and probably come back on and stream another day. Maybe during the summer here, maybe I'll be able to stream once a week if I go to enough estate sales. I like to do it when the weather's hot. It's like something I like to do in the middle of the summer when I don't really have much else to do. So maybe I can get one stream in a week. So the way the estate sales work, and at least in my area, I know it's probably similar other areas, but they generally run from Thursday to Sunday. Some of them don't start till Friday. And then some people do their half price day or their clearance day on Sunday. But usually when I go to them, I usually go Thursday or Friday. Depending, I always go on the first day of the sale if they're ones I want to go to. And then sometimes I'll hit up some on Saturday or Sunday if there's ones I want to return to or see what it's like on half price day. So if I do streams like this, normally I do most of my buying when I go to estate sales on Thursdays and Fridays. So if I stream in the summer here, it'll likely be Friday or Saturday. Likely be Friday or Saturday streams because I'm normally busy Sunday as well. So normally probably like today's Friday, it would be probably Friday or Saturday streams. And I know Saturday is probably better for other people, so maybe I will try to do Saturday next time. But I wasn't doing anything else today when I got back and it was hot, and I'm like, I don't want to do a regular video. Let's just do a massive stream. And it worked out. So keep an eye out on Fridays and Saturdays, and you may see some streams from me here coming up. Apart from that, I'm still not doing a lot of video editing, so I'll probably drop the occasional shorts videos, maybe a detecting video here and there, and we'll see what else. I really can't tell you when I'm going to get into. I'm not even sure with the philosophy videos and the other things I want to talk about, if I'm going to randomly squeeze that in or just focus on those on like my other channel. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll take it as we go, one day at a time. So goodbye, Koya. Goodbye, Linda, Renee, Marge, everyone that's still here, Todd, Michelle. I really appreciate you all stopping by, and I want to try to remember to do this in the end of the streams because I can pull this up. So real quick, thank you to Jeff, B3, Renee, Michelle, Sheila, and Todd for the super chats. I really appreciate you all doing that. And see you, Tiffany. And to everyone else who's still here but just not chatting, thank you all for stopping by, and I will see you hopefully on the next one. I'll have another little pile of treasures to go through with everyone. And like I said, once again, if you're anywhere remotely close to my area and you want to stop by and say hi when I do the yard sale, send me an email, and when it comes, I will share the time and location with everyone. So take care, everyone, and I'll see you later.